Good morning, dear teachers, and I'm very glad to see you in my online sessions. Let's begin our today's session. And we will begin our today's session with reading this text. If you have noticed it, the letters are unscrambled here. Pay attention to this. And you have 1 minute to read the text. Okay, begin. Well, have you finished reading? Okay, can you get the theme of our today's session? Yes, and today we will discuss about teaching reading. Here is the right version of the text which I showed you. And the theme of our today's session is teaching reading in EFL classes. My name is Sodikov Tolkunjan Sabirovich. I am English teacher of the Language Teaching Methodology Department. And let's begin. Four main types of reading techniques are the following: skimming, scanning, intensive reading, and extensive reading. Today we will discuss about the usage of skimming and scanning techniques. Okay. What is skimming technique? Skimming is reading quickly to find the main idea of a text. Pay attention to the word skim. It ends to M. Okay? Skim, main idea. Skim, meaning. When you use skimming, it's not essential to understand each word when you are reading. Okay, and skimming tips. Skimming is not reading everything. In skimming, pay attention to the heading and subheading. Attention to the introduction and to the conclusion. Skimming is simply to see what a text is about. Okay, examples of skimming. First, the newspaper. Quickly to get the general news of the day. You will look through the newspaper and you will get the general news. And magazines. You will look through the magazine quickly and which articles you would like to read in more detail. You will decide which articles you would like to read in more detail. And business and travel booklets. Quickly to get informed. Skimming questions like: what is the text about? The main idea of a text is. Which of the following is the best title for the text? Okay, now let's practice. Let's practice. We will read a short text, and before reading the text, we will look through the questions. Okay. So first, did they go to the city or to the village? What is the story about? What is the title of the story? For answering these questions, you should do skimming. Okay, now look at the screen and you have 2 minutes to look through this text and answer the questions. Have you finished? Very good. And the first question, did they go to the city or to the village? They went to the village. It's clear from the text. What is the story about? can pay attention to the picture about a rich man and his son. And what is the title of the story? Real poorness. Very good. And the second technique is scanning. Scanning is reading quickly to find specific information from a text. Scanning is reading technique to be used when you want to find specific information quickly. In scanning, you have a question in your mind and you read a passage only to find the answer to the question, ignoring unrelated information. Okay, examples of scanning. A train or airplane schedule. What's on TV section of your newspaper? A conference guide. Skimming questions like this. For example, who? About the conference guide. Who is the organizer of the conference? Where does it take place? When does it take place? How many lecturers or presenters will be there in this conference? How much does it cost to participate in this conference? Okay, and now we will practice. Before reading, pay attention to the questions. The first, when did the story take place? Second, what is the name of the state? Third, how many girls are there in the March family and what are their names? Okay, you have 2 minutes to look through this text and answer the questions. Begin.
The place was a small town in Massachusetts, North America. It was a cold evening in December 1862. Snow was falling softly. In the living room of a small house, 4 sisters were sitting by the fire. Their names were Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy March. Meg was 16 years old. Jo was 15. Beth was 13 years old, and Amy was 12. Their mother, Mrs. March, was not in the house. She was visiting a poor, sick family. Their father, Mr. March, was far away from home. It was wartime. Mr. March was working in a hospital for soldiers.
Very good. Have you finished? Let's check. When did the story take place? In December 1862. What is the name of the state? Massachusetts, North America. How many girls are there in the March family and what are their names? 4 girls. Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy March. Let's consolidate our session. Now I'll give you 2 situations and according to our today's session, you will find the right answer. Okay? Situation number 1. You are waiting for your turn at the hairdresser's. You have about 10 minutes. So you pick up a magazine and find that it contains an article which interests you. What would you do in this situation? The first, I would read very quickly to get the main idea of the article. The second, I would read the article carefully, paying attention to every word. Okay. I would read very quickly to get the main idea of the article. Which technique did we use here? Yes, skimming. We use it here, skimming technique. And the second situation. Okay, you want to know when the film you want to watch starts today. What will you do in this situation? I will read and learn the whole TV guide by heart. I will look through the TV guide quickly and find the specific information. Okay. And I will look through the TV guide quickly to find the specific information. We use it here, scanning technique. Okay, remember, reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. Skimming and scanning are very fast reading methods in which you glance at a passage to find specific information or general idea. Okay, they are also useful when you don't need to know every word. And reading creates our imagination and gives us the confidence to explore new ideas. M. Walter. Okay, and this is the end of our today's session. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.